Hello, everyone. Welcome inside the Red Earth Production Studios for another edition of YBMcast. Always powered by our good buddies over at Game 7 Baseball. Got my gear on, my Game 7. I got this one. Dave gave me this one new this year. So I appreciate you, Dave. Game7baseball.com. Get your team registered, and they will get you taken care of. It's a lot of good stuff. I'm seeing some stuff sold out. The World Series is growing. There are a lot of good tournaments. You know, the favorites, Mother's Day, Cinco de Mayo is always good. Armed Forces Day is really fun. I love that one. Armed Forces Day Classic. Mm-hmm. It's always fun to, get the guys out, salute the troops, all that kind of thing. So that's a good one. So get your team registered, get your schedule finished out. We'll see you out at the ballpark because we're going to be out at the ballpark this year with some fun stuff. Jennifer Mayberry, Baseball Moms.
Yes.
The season's around the corner, isn't it?
It really truly is. Yes.
Tell them what you were telling me, right? Before we just started here, she goes, when's your first weekend?
First weekend in March.
So,
literally a week and a half, I guess, technically. Holy smokes. Yeah.
Exactly.
Might be cold.
That's why we say kiss your weekends goodbye.
For sure.
Tournament baseball, though, it's played on the weekends. Do you guys, when was the last time, I got to ask this, when was the last time one of your boys played a weekday game like in a league?
It has been a while. I have to think about this. My oldest played league at Afton all through 8th grade, but he's a junior in high school now. So, and that's probably close to the last time that my middle and youngest played. So it's probably been 3 years since we've actually done actual league games during the week. Yep.
I'm just sitting here thinking about this with Justin. I think the last time you played a league was, when you were youth baseball, I should say. Oh gosh, you were 11. I think we played the SPA league when you were with the Thunder outside of Legion Ball. That's right, because Legion Ball does play weekday. They play the league, so that's right. You did play Legion Ball, and actually it was Slava, Legion and Slava too. So there you go.
It's been a while for us.
It just doesn't. The weekends are more that tournament baseball. Does it become your whole summer?
It actually kind of does. So the way we've always done it, or the last so many years that I can really remember since we've been doing club, we have about a 3-week break that we take that we say is between summer ball and fall, except really fall is in August, which really isn't fall. But so we, the last so many years have tried to squeeze our family vacation in there. We know when that break is, we schedule it, and that's when we do our family vacation, because we just kind of count on the fact that our weekends are for baseball March through October. I always tell my friends that are non-baseball friends of ours that, I appreciate your friendship and I will see you in 6 months. Because
does it really go? I mean, that's a long, because you're talking fall ball too, though, then, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
So because really with us, we have 2 boys still playing club ball. So even if one is off for a certain weekend, doesn't mean the other one is off that next weekend. So it really could be they're both playing on a weekend, or one has a weekend off, but the other's playing that weekend. So it just goes on and on and on.
Let me ask you this. That's a great point. So you have the multiple kids, you have the 2 boys playing. Is it ever just a situation where the one sibling goes, no, I don't want to go to the ballpark?
It's usually, they're always like that. Why do I have to go? They, I think they usually are just like, no, thanks. I'd rather, if they have a weekend off, but it's very rare, because you got to remember too, as you know, if say we are playing a weekend and then we have bad weather and it gets rained out for a weekend, then if we had a different weekend we were taking off, we'll try to reschedule for that weekend. So really, you kind of bank on maybe a weekend you're not going to play, but weather can control, and you end up maybe playing. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's a crazy time of year.
I think this is the tough thing because, as we talk about, moms get stuck in this, and that's kind of the way I put it. It really is, because I was the coach that said, that's why you got a mom, slide, get dirty, she'll wash it, I was that guy, my wife was standing right there, she's, whatever. Okay. You take it and you move on. But, but there's so much going on in the summer. I know you work, not only your regular job, but then you do Advocare. As you're seeing, I see the shirt. You need to go check out, you can go to her, you have a Facebook page, right?
Yep. Facebook,
Advocare?
Instagram. Yeah.
Check out Advocare. There's a lot of great stuff for, if you're looking for the summer, electrolytes, right? They have was it Spark?
Spark, yep. Our mental focus energy drink, yep.
There you go. And there's some great some other things she does there. So you might want to check that out for this summer, right? It's a little better than all the sugar-raged Gatorade and Powerade.
Correct. Yep. I always figure that I can support the concession stand by getting bottled water from there. Then I bring my stick packs of Rehydrate because I don't want the sugar from the Gatorade. So then it's the best of support them, but then still keep it as healthy as possible.
There you go. And then eat the burger and fries later.
Right.
I'm sorry. I had to throw that in there. How do you get all the stuff done during the week? You're working, you're getting ready for the tournament. You may even play on a Friday night. If you're going out of town, you're definitely leaving on a Friday, right?
Right.
So how tips for people, you've been doing this and with two boys. How do you do it, Jen?
Honestly, exactly like you said, some days I feel like we are just flying by just because I work full time. I do Advocare on the side. I teach jazzercise on the side. I have 3 kiddos. So sometimes it can be overwhelming, but I am a person, I live by a list. And during the week, we just try to get things done around the house that we can do. I find myself midweek, if we're going out of town on a tournament, packing in the middle of the week, a majority of the stuff, just because there's only limited time. I mean, you only have so much time. So I honestly, during the week, it's crazy. And since we don't play league during the week anymore, Monday through Thursday is kind of get everything in order, because we know that by Friday, we're either heading out of town for a tournament, or you could play on a Friday evening. So your weekend starts Friday evenings. So we just kind of prepare Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Make your list, everything you got to get done, be it house chores or packing or grocery store, all that kind of stuff. And then because the weekends, we just kind of expect that it's an all weekend deal. One, if you're playing through Sunday, which the goal is to play, late into the day, you're not going to be home. And, sometimes it's just the fact that with us having 2 boys, we might have one kiddo playing at 8 a.m., one playing at 10, the other one plays at 12, the other at 2. So we are literally, it is all day, and you hope kind of that the scheduling works out like that. So I love being able to see both my boys playing. So yeah, but we just know that at home, nothing's getting done, for sure, Saturdays and Sundays.
Has it been easier as the kids have gotten older so they can help out with some of the chores?
Oh, gosh. Here's the thing. At least on the weekends, I know my house isn't getting trashed because they're not there to do it. So that's about the best help they are. And I thought, because my middle is old enough now to help pack his own stuff. So you think, okay, perfect. He's 14. He can get his stuff together. No, we went to Springfield, Missouri, not last weekend. I guess it was the weekend before. And it was for a showcase. And Jace gets dressed that morning, and I'm looking at him like, oh my goodness. His pants were a size too small. They were short. They were skin tight. I'm like, Jace, did you not even try to see if you grew over the off season? Like, this is what you oh, I thought they were the good ones. So that's what he wore. He looked quite silly. So no, I cannot trust that he is even at the age that he can help me and pack the correct stuff.
I love that.
Oh my word.
Well, but there you go. It's a learning process, isn't it, Mom?
Yes. Yes.
I can honestly, those just brings back and floods all the memories, those things. Because, and two, if you have a coach that is a uniform hound, guilty as charged. I mean, because I got to tell this story because it was fun. We fell into this deal. It was at a warehouse sale. And this guy had gone out of business and they had uniforms out the wazoo. We had how many? We had 3 different sets of uniforms. Oh, yeah. We had 3 different jerseys. We had 3 different pants. No, I think we only had the 2 pants, didn't we? Oh, it was 3 pants. There you go. I was right. And socks. Because I am that way. If you look good, you play good. I'm that guy. And, so how difficult is that on you?
I mean, it is. And of course, somehow our coaches always think white is the best, which, like you said, you're like, oh my gosh, time to get the bucket, all the, supplies out to soak them. And we even have a white jersey. So it's like by the end of the season, they're really like a tan colored. It's no longer white no matter what you do. I'm just like, oh my goodness. So yeah, it's funny, but I have a pretty good relationship with one of the coaches. So I usually have a little input on things, not a ton, but a little bit. So
I think he lives in the house there, right?
Correct. Yes.
I love that. My wife didn't. It just didn't work. Let me ask you this though. Are you gathering supplies for all that stuff, laundry and whatnot and things you got? Are you starting to gather all that stuff together as you get, so you're not just running out and going, oh my gosh, we got to get this?
Yep. If I see stuff on sale, like Biz, the OxyClean, all the things that I kind of use as a combo, I will kind of stock up when they're on sale because you go through it so quick, you don't realize that, how quick you go through it. And anytime I hear of someone, another mom saying, oh, I ordered this or I use this and it's great, I'll try it. It's always worth a try. So some of that stuff you can't just find anywhere. So I'm always on the search in the off season so that if it takes a little bit of time, I am prepared and I have it in stock ready to try once the season starts. So
did you ever do the car wash thing with the pants?
So we did, but here's the thing. It started to stress me out because it was one more stop to make. So if you get home and then you got to go get them home because you can't really tie them up at the car wash. So they have to take them off. Then you got to go back out. And sometimes on those weekends you get home, you're tired. You're ready to shower. You've got dirt in your teeth, your hair, everywhere. And it's like you just want to shower and, get ready for bed, especially if it's a Saturday. So we did. But then we found, someone told me one time about a faucet thing that was like the car wash that you could order off Amazon, use it with your hose at home. So we used that one season. It did work well, but then either the kids were jacking around with it and broke it or something. So I was like, okay, so now I just have a system of like the supplies I use and scrubbing. We soak in the bucket overnight and then scrub really well, and all of it gets thrown in the wash. And we've been pretty lucky that the combination of stuff that I use usually works. So we've kind of come to that because I'm tired and getting older.
Smarter and wiser.
Correct.
Right? There you go.
Yes.
Last thing here, the factor, this decision-making process that most people, when they come to clubs, I think it's a question, how many of these people, when they start at the 9, 10, whatever the case may be, do they really understand this? I mean, or is it something you're thrown into and it's like, I can't go to the lake. I got a house on the lake. We usually go here. Somebody's calling me to go to the boat. It becomes an issue, doesn't it?
It does. And so I think that if parents have been through it with other club sports, be it soccer, anything, you kind of know how it works, the commitment. But if you're first time parents, and I've had people reach out to me and message me from Facebook this and just said, okay, little Johnny really wants to play. We're looking at a club. What are your thoughts on it? What are this? And I will always tell them, here are some things to consider before you go that route. Are you sure they're really into it enough? Because the commitment, the time commitment, money is part of it too, the money. But it is, if you join a team and if it's a club team, you are relying on that kiddo to be there. So, it affects the entire team if one or two people are like, oh, can't make it this weekend. So you have to be prepared to commit to the team, to the sport, to the coach, everybody. So I always, say, just make sure they're really into it, because depending on what team you join or the, commitment level, it is, they're expecting you to commit for those games and tournaments and weekends that you have signed up for, as part of being on the team. So, and some people are like, oh my gosh, I don't know that that's what we're looking, which is great. I think they need to know it. Yeah. And some people, I think they're all in. It becomes part of their life, like with us, that we love it. And I wouldn't think of any other thing I'd want to do during those weekends, because I know it'll go one day. So yeah, but it's definitely a time commitment.
Yeah. And I think that's the key. I liked what you said. So, I've said this on numerous occasions. People go and get into these clubs and whatnot. They don't go and talk to the club president, the organizers, the instructors, whatnot, or the coach that's coaching the team. What is your idea? Are we playing 8 weeks of baseball in a row? Because you start in mid-March, let's say end of March, as you said, then you're in April, May before you, and it's usually more than that, because you're talking about 12 weeks more than anything. You're getting into that middle of July. Mm-hmm. Can you get a couple breaks in there? What's the coach's idea? Does he play sections, or does he just go? And I think that's very important to know, don't you?
I do. Yep. And I think that most coaches know in advance what they're looking at, So as long as you ask the questions, there's going to be a team that's a good fit for you based on what you're looking for. Just make sure that you ask the questions and don't commit to something that you really can't commit to. If it's not something that's going to work, that's okay, because there is a team that's a better fit. Just make sure that if you sign up for it and say, yeah, we're in, we're going to do this, that you're in.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with that. And I think that because that makes it easier for everybody. I think sometimes it can create some animosity too, right? In amongst the parents. And nobody wants that, but it does sometimes, because man, they're always gone. We got to get somebody, and it's hard to fill a spot with somebody else who's not on your roster. It just is. Those are difficult things.
Correct.
And that's the thing. Sometimes a coach, if you went to him and asked him at the beginning of the season, said, hey, we got a wedding, we got to take that off. That happens. That's life, right? But I think as long as you're communicating those types of things, people just need to, we normally take this vacation. Is this okay with you, coach?
Right. Yeah, I don't think there's too many coaches. And honestly, even with Travis, I know that if he's aware in advance of what's going on or the situation or each family, if you have a wedding or this, that, he is pretty laid back. It's just those last minute things that you're not anticipating, because it's kind of hard on a Thursday night to make sure you have enough kids to play for a Friday, like those kinds of things are hard. So yeah, for sure.
Right. Exactly. As well, folks, there you go. We're here. It's March is around the corner. Kiss your weekends goodbye. I guess that's not a bad thing.
Not at all.
It just depends on what you want to do, right? We're going to be
correct.
We're going to be out at the ballpark. We're going to have some fun with it, and we're looking forward to it. It's always a fun time. The kids, and I don't care if you're an honest parent. In July, you're ready to be done too, aren't you?
Yeah, we're usually ready for that break. Like we really, you are.
Yeah.
And you get the break, and then when that break is over, I'll be honest, I'm ready again then. It's kind of like a little bit of a little breath taker, and then you're like, okay, let's go, ready for fall. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love it. Jen, thanks. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, Jennifer Mayberry, our baseball mom. If you, like I said, check out the stuff with Advocare. It's good stuff. If you're looking for something that's a little different for the summer, right?
Yep.
It's not just the sugar and whatnot. She can hook you up there. Not just, just saying. I'm not an Advocare, representative or anything like that. I have no duck in the puddle or whatever you call that. Dog in the fight. Is that it?
Yes.
All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, hit the like button, comment below. Tell us what you think about the subject here. I'm sure Justin threw up the comments. You got to give me, I didn't say to comment in any point in the broadcast there, so my bad. But throw us your comments. We'd love to hear from you. We'll answer that. We'll respond. We will. If you got some tips and whatnot to help throughout the summer, we'd love to hear it. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great day in the Lord. Always remember, you pitchers keep throwing strikes, and you hitters hit them where they ain't. And that's really good advice.